Yeah, that's what it said. All right. Quizzes need to be brought up, guys. If you know what you're doing, you're done by now. If you don't know what you're doing, it's not going to help. This is going to scare you.
That was where you, I believe that's where you you write the first two columns next to it, and then circle the rounds, and then that one I might yeah, that did throw me for. Oh yeah, I think that's the same thing.
All So, first of all, the first two things, we need to do the last problem on the Kramer's rule section of our notes. So this will be a good review for how we do Kramer's rule. Who remembers how Kramer's rule works? From the determinant of the coefficients, so that's 2, 7, negative 3, 1, right? The x's and the y's. And how do we evaluate that? 2 times 1, negative 3 times 7, and we subtract it. 2 plus 21, so 23. Now, what is the significance of that? What do I do with that number? That's the denominator of my x and y. Remember, we're solving a system. So x is something over 23, and y is something over 23. Okay. Now, how do I find the numerators? Take these two right here, and one at a time, plug them in for each letter. So if I put it in for x, I have my 1 and my 8 in the x spot, and then 7 and 1. And if I plug it in for the y, I have my 1 and my 8 in the y spot, and my 2 and negative 3. And then I'll evaluate them. So this is 1 minus 56. So negative 55. And 16 minus negative 3, 19. Now that is an awful, awful answer, but you know what? It doesn't matter, because all I have to do is write it down. I don't do any math. I just gotta write it down. All right, that's Kramer's rule. All right, now I want to do a review problem to show you something that we haven't encountered in our notes, but that we may encounter at some point. So, I am going to totally randomly make up a system of equations. Okay? In your notes, they're all written. I spend hours putting those things together. I'm totally just making one up here. So 2x plus 3y minus 7z equals 11. 5x plus 4y plus 9z equals -4. And 6x minus 7y minus z equals 6. Now we're gonna use our calculator to solve this. So remember, we have to write down the matrix that we're going to put into our calculator. Okay? So what matrix is gonna go into my calculator? 2, 3, -7, 11, 5, 4, 9, -4, and 6, -7, -1, 6. These are the X numbers, the Y numbers, right? All right, so how do we do this? Do the second matrix. And she's edit. How big is this guy? 3 by 4, perfect. All right, now I have to start putting in some numbers. Eventually, you're gonna get to the end, and you're gonna type that 6 right there. And you're gonna press enter. And then what are you gonna do? Second quit. Because you're done editing. You're done putting numbers in. But now you have to go back into your matrix mode, second matrix, because you're gonna do something, right? So we'll go over to math, down to, what are we looking for? RREF, right? And then second matrix again to get A, so second matrix enter. And what happened this time that we're not used to seeing? Yeah, a whole lot of decimals. Right? So we got an answer, but it wasn't 1, 2, 3. It wasn't a sweetheart answer like we usually get. So here's how we're gonna handle that. I need everybody paying attention. Okay, even if you didn't, well, I'm gonna give you a minute to work with your partner here. But you need to know what to do. So once we did our RREF, enter, got this wacky answer, I want you to go to your regular math button, not matrix, regular math, button that says math on it. The very first option at the top is fraction. So just hit enter and enter, and the calculator will turn those hideous decimals into, well, kind of hideous fractions, but at least now we can write our answer down. Remember, we have to write our answer down. So our answer will be 257 over 236, 57 over 236, and negative 273 over 236. Okay? Because we don't want to write down the decimals because we'd have to round them off. So we'll change them into fractions, and there we go. All right, now I'm going to give you another one to try. Just you and your partner and see what you come up with. I'll let you make it up this time. So, Case, give me an equation, x, y, and z.
2x plus 5y equals 3.
Equals 3?
Yeah.
Oh, you got tricky.
Yeah.
All right, we can handle it. All right. Kaden, give me another one.
X plus 2y
get some z's in here. It's okay to have one, but let's get some z's in here. Minus 4z equals 0. Okay, and then I need one more. Sam,
3x plus 3y minus 3z equals 0.
alright, let's see what happens. So first thing I want you to do is write down the matrix you're putting in. I forgot to write down my matrix that came out last time, so I'm sure to do it this time. Remember, if something is missing, we are putting in a 0. And if there's a 0 there, we put in a 0 too. Alright, so help each other, make sure. I need you doing it, Armani. Chloe, I need you doing it. Everybody should be typing. Dan, and even you. You can't remember, ask your partner. That's you. Over here. Who's this? So you forgot your. Yeah, sure. Gotta make sure we have it. Did you get another kind of messy answer?
Yes.
So I'm gonna, before I write it down, I'm not gonna write down decimals. No, I'm not gonna write them down because I don't wanna have to round them off. So instead what I'm gonna do is math. It's already on frac, enter. Ooh, actually the one you came up with wasn't so bad. So you got 1, 0, 0, negative 6/11, 0, 1, 0, 9/11, and 0, 0, 1, 3/11? Is that what you came up with?
On like a test or a quiz, do we have to write out the whole box or can we
You
just?
do.
We do?
And then you have to write your answer as an ordered triple. So Nolan, before you start complaining, let me remind you that you're literally doing no work on this problem, right? I'm just asking you to write down what you see on the calculator. So this is your X, your Y, and your Z. Everybody okay with that? All right, one more thing before we start linear programming, which is the word problems. One more thing. You'll need a piece of paper probably for this. It's gonna involve 3 problems. So here's what we're going to do now. You and your teammate are going to do let's think about that. That's the same. All right, we're gonna do this problem 3 times. We're gonna do this problem once with substitution, once with elimination, and once with Kramer's rule. Now, what should happen every time I do it? Same answer, because that won't change. The answer is the answer, but how you get it, okay? So we're gonna practice this. This is page 1 of our test. Not the same problem, but it'll be 3 different problems, but you're gonna do 1 substitution, 1 elimination, 1 Kramer's rule. All right, so here we go. Everybody take a minute and work on that. And then, if anybody wants to come up and get on the board, that's fine. If you do problem on the board, use one of these markers, because I haven't touched those. Therefore, you will be not contaminated. Anybody feel brave? Yep.
We have to do substitution too.
No, pick one way, you do it one way. So whatever your favorite is. you doing it together?
Yeah.
Probably every time I see those, I think they're the.
One after. Anybody gonna do elimination for us up there? Or Kramer's one? Use a marker on the box. That way you don't have much noise. Just put it back in the box when you're done.
Make sure we start counting backwards for everything.
Sitting back here doing nothing. That's nothing but Kramer's rule. So we have all of them going down. Thank you, Adam. That's why you're an A student. Our audience step aside a little bit so he can.
Just want to get my guy here.
Adam, did you? I didn't do anything.
Trey's gonna help with that.
Did you do the podcast, Adam?
Yeah.
Can you send me your podcast? Cause I have like no idea.
Brady Lee.
Gano, are you doing a podcast for Chevy? I have to draw a picture, but it's just
I'm leaving.
Today.
Kyle, did you guys get the same?
This, she told me she wanted to be like decent. This took me 30 minutes.
But that's not even bad as a thing.
Bro, it's like, but like when I see people like, bro, she showed us Malia Helby's run. I was like hurt that like I can't do that. It doesn't matter how hard I try.
I'm overly sleeping today and tomorrow.
I'm thinking like,
What? How? Sit down. Get in your seat. Sit down.
you won't bump at it though.
Sit down.
You won't bump at it.
Yeah, no, I ain't bumping with him, bro. We'll start counting backwards. Yeah. Push it up. You got? Can you fill me in after?
I was like,
My bad, bro. I was a little out of it actually. Huh? Oh yeah, I saw him on my way out. I thought he was my Uber. No, dude, I had to get home. That thing had me lagging.
oh yeah.
That was the, like, I'll never do that again. Well, because the first one I was like, the first one I felt like it like drooped my face. I felt like I was having like a stroke. So then I had to do the other one, and then it was like,
Had to outland 46% straight to the top.
I literally, yeah.
4 minus 4.
Ah, look, you want to try that?
I didn't even get, that wasn't even a JFK, that was a whole Abe Lincoln dog. That shit hurt.
How much was it?
Like
Alright,
a shot.
so the moral of the story is, no matter how you do the problem, the answer is 1/2 times 6. And unfortunately or fortunately, you need to know how to do all 3 methods. So, anybody have a question about any of that work up there? So Adam, this is -4. Minus 4. Okay. I think it is.
Am I a girl? Oh, if you were good.
I got all the over.
Hand back.
Probably just something like.
A bunch of papers.
Damn it.
Hold on, let me think about it.
It did already.